My name is Lucy, I am 54 years old. And last Christmas, I did something that shocked even me. I cancelled the mortgage payment on my son's house. Not because I'm cruel. Not because I stopped loving him. But because sometimes love has to stop rescuing and start teaching. The call. It was December 18th when my phone rang. I remember because I was standing in the kitchen, rolling dough for the cinnamon cookies my son, Daniel, used to beg for when he was little. The house smelled like sugar and nutmeg, and for a moment I felt 20 years younger. When I saw his name flash on the screen, my heart lifted. "Hi, sweetheart," I said. There was a pause. "Hey, Mom." Something in his voice was tight, polite, not warm. "I just wanted to talk about Christmas," he continued. "Oh, I know," I said cheerfully. "I already bought the train set for Noah and that little kitchen set Emma wanted, and I'll bring the roast." "Mom," that one word stopped me. "We're actually not expecting you this year." The room went very still. "I'm sorry," I whispered. "It's just that Laura's parents are coming, and the house will be full, and well, we figured it might be better if you stayed home this time." "Better?" As if I were a weather condition or a piece of furniture. "I can sleep on the couch," I said quickly. "I don't mind, I just want to see the kids open their presents." "Mom, please don't make this harder, we already decided." "We?" Not he. They had decided. Without me. After everything. "I see," I said softly. "I hope you understand." The line went dead a few seconds later. I stood there with flour on my hands, staring at the wall. And for the first time in 54 years, Christmas felt cold. What he forgot. Daniel bought his house 2 years ago. Well, Daniel signed the papers 2 years ago. I made the down payment. After his business failed and his credit was bruised, no bank would approve him without a massive deposit. Laura cried at my kitchen table about how the children needed stability. I sold my small retirement condo and moved into a modest apartment so I could give them $68,000. "Mom, I'll pay you back," Daniel promised. "You don't owe me anything," I said. But that wasn't true. He owed me something. Not money. Respect. Gratitude. A place at the Christmas table. And when his hours were cut at work last year, I quietly began covering the mortgage payments just temporarily. Temporary stretched into 14 months. Every month, $1,850 left my account. I never mentioned it. I just wanted my son safe. The silence. After the phone call, I didn't cry. That surprised me. Instead, I sat down at my small dining table and looked at my bank statement. The next mortgage payment was scheduled for December 22nd. 4 days before Christmas. My thumb hovered over the banking app. My heart whispered, "Don't punish him." But another voice, one I had ignored for years, whispered back, "When does it end? When do you stop being the safety net? When do you stop funding people who don't even make space for you?" I thought about Christmas morning. Me alone. While they laughed in the house I paid for. And something inside me hardened. I pressed cancel scheduled payment. The screen asked, "Are you sure?" I hesitated. Then I pressed confirm. Christmas morning. I expected guilt to crush me. It didn't. What crushed me was the quiet. On Christmas morning I made coffee and sat by my window. I imagined Noah tearing paper, Emma squealing over her dollhouse. I wondered if they would ask, "Where, Grandma?" and what answer they would be given. Around 10:17 a.m. my phone buzzed. "Daniel." I stared at it. It stopped. Then buzzed again. Then again. Finally I answered. "Mom, why did the mortgage payment bounce?" There it was. Not Merry Christmas. Not we miss you. Just business. I didn't bounce anything, I said calmly. I cancelled it. What, why? Because I wasn't expected for Christmas. Silence. That's not related, he snapped. It is to me. You can't just do that, the bank will charge us fees. You're right, I said softly, you should make the payment. You know we are tight this month. Yes, I replied, I do. Mom, this is unbelievable. You're punishing us because we wanted one holiday with Laura's family. One holiday? I asked quietly. Daniel, it's been 3 birthdays, 2 Thanksgivings, I'm only called when money is due. That's not fair. No, I said, it is. And I hung up. My hands were shaking. But for the first time in years I felt visible. The fallout. By December 27th, I received 3 angry messages from Laura. One said, I hope you're proud of yourself. Another said, the kids don't understand why Grandma is being mean. That one pierced me. Mean? Was I mean? Or was I finally setting a boundary? On December 30th, there was a knock at my apartment door. When I opened it, Daniel stood there. He looked tired. Older. Can I come in? He asked. I stepped aside. We sat at my small table, the same one where Laura once cried over mortgage approvals. Why are you doing this? He asked quietly. Because I feel like an ATM, I said. His jaw tightened. I raised you alone after your father died. I worked double shifts. I skipped vacations. I put you through college. I gave you my savings for that house, and I was told there was no room for me at Christmas. His eyes flickered. That's not how I meant it. How did you mean it? He didn't answer. Instead, he said, Laura feels uncomfortable sometimes. With me. She says you judge. I ask questions, I said. You remind her that we struggle. I stared at him. I remind her, or reality does. The room felt heavy. I need you to understand something, I continued. I will always love you, but I will not finance a life I'm not allowed to be part of. He looked down at his hands. We can't afford the house without help. That's not my responsibility anymore. The words tasted bitter. But they were true. The bank letter. 2 weeks later, I heard through a mutual friend that they had missed the January payment too. Then came February. Daniel stopped calling. I told myself that was for the best. But every night, I stared at the ceiling and wondered if I had destroyed my relationship with my only child. In March, my phone rang again. This time, Daniel's voice was different. Quiet. Mom, we got a notice. My stomach tightened. They're starting foreclosure proceedings. I closed my eyes. Have you talked to the bank? They want a lump sum to catch up. How much? Almost $7,000. There it was. The moment. I could fix it. One transfer. Everything would go back to normal. I almost said yes. Almost. But then I asked, if I pay this, what changes? Silence. Daniel, I pressed gently, what changes? I don't know, he whispered. And that was my answer. I can't save you this time, I said. He hung up without saying goodbye. The unexpected shift. Something strange happened after that. Instead of anger, Daniel went quiet. 3 weeks passed. Then 6. I heard from a neighbor that Laura had taken a part-time job. Daniel picked up weekend shifts. They listed the house for sale. When Daniel finally called again, his voice held something new. Humility. We're selling, he said. I know. We found a smaller place, an apartment. That might be wise. He took a breath. I was angry at you. I know. But I think I needed to be. I didn't speak. I got used to you fixing everything, he admitted. I stopped feeling responsible. My throat tightened. I never wanted to weaken you, I whispered. You didn't, he said. You strengthened me, just not the way I liked. I laughed softly through tears. When can I see the kids? I asked. There was no hesitation this time. Sunday dinner at our place, we're expecting you. Expecting? The word felt like sunlight. The dinner. Their new apartment was small. Modest. But warm. Noah ran into my arms. Emma showed me her drawings. Laura opened the door and, for the first time in a long time, hugged me first. I'm sorry, she said quietly. So am I replied. During dinner, Daniel stood and cleared his throat. I want to say something, he began. The kids giggled. He smiled nervously. I relied on Mom too much. I confused help with entitlement, and when she stopped paying the mortgage, I thought she was hurting us. He looked at me. But she was teaching me. My eyes blurred. We're paying our own rent now, he continued, and it feels different, harder, but ours. He raised his glass. To Mom, for loving us enough to stop rescuing us. Everyone clinked glasses. And for the first time in years, I felt like I belonged, not because I paid to be there, but because I was wanted. The next Christmas, the following December, Daniel called in early November. Mom, what are you bringing for Christmas? I smiled. What do you need? Just you. No hesitation. No politics. No conditions. On Christmas morning, I sat in their living room as Noah opened a simple wooden train. Emma climbed into my lap. The apartment was smaller than their old house, but the laughter was bigger. Daniel caught my eye across the room, and in that glance was something priceless. Respect.